Hello everyone, this is Armor King TV 21 here, and today I'm talking to you guys about a potential starter guide for Tekken 8, or what you need to do to prepare for Armor King in Tekken 8. Now, there are several moves that Armor King has that you guys must know about in Tekken 7 that may be in Tekken 8 to help prepare you for this character, whether you're fighting against him or you're playing the character. And that is Armor King's best moves, like his overall moves that an Armor King player is going to use, that are his most tactical and practical buttons that he has. And a lot of them has to deal with spacing and all of these other tools in which Armor King, or his pressure tools, which Armor King has in order to better control your opponent's behavior. Now, Armor King has a lot of things going for him, but the first move that we're going to talk about is down forward 1. Down forward 1 is a 13 frame plus 7 on hit mid, and it can be up to 14 frames. So keep that in mind. It's not always going to be 13. However, it is a plus 7 mid. Now, this is integral for Armor King because this is one of the best pokes, and it does 12 damage by itself already with 175 health. That's pretty impressive in this game. Now, this is to check. It's a safe mid check on your opponent to make sure that if you do a move like 2-1, that your opponent isn't going to immediately go into crouching guard. So they have to respect the throw game. See? And it's plus 7. So let's say the opponent gets hit by this and then they try to sidestep any direction. They're going to get caught because you are plus 7. And forward 2-1 is very hit confirmable in this game. So keep that in mind. Now let's try side walk right. Look at that. He's not going anywhere. So please use this move more or less just to keeps your opponent close on hit. It's not a good 13 frame punish, but it is a good 13 frame poke that if you are trying to pressure them with Giant Swing, you can use this to keep your opponent from ducking. I forgot to mention this about down forward 1, but that's also minus 1. The next move I'm going to be talking about is Armor King's down forward 4. Now, this move is the same premise as down forward 1. It's a premise, but this is more of a keep out tool than it is a poking tool. This move keeps your opponent away from you, and it strikes from a very far distance away. You see that? And it pushes them back further away. You're plus 7 on hit as well. Now, if you're at the wall, that's still plus 7, and your opponent is right next to you. So it's like, it's a faster version of down forward 1 in that regard when you're in this situation. But then this pushes your opponent away, and it gives you spacing. On block, it's really good as well. It's at minus 4. This is minus 4 because it's a couple, like 1 frame faster. It's negative 4. But this is still super good because it keeps your opponent at bay, and it could provide several spacing traps. Down forward 3 in this game, look at that. Look at that. It creates a spacing trap. So Armor King is a character that excels in spacing traps. Down forward 3 and down forward 4 go hand in hand with each other on spacing traps, because it already puts Heihachi here at a further level away from Armor King. Now in Tekken 7, it's a little bit harder to escape Heihachi, but because of his jab range and his down forward 1 range, but this would keep normal characters at bay, and this is super good. Another one to talk about is Armor King's down 4. Now, Armor King's down 4 is a super, super good move, because down 4 in and of itself is reaches from so far away, and it's 14 frames, and it's minus 13 in this game. It's probably gonna be minus 15 in the next game, but in full crouch, you see, minus 15. Crazy stuff. Very good character. Now, again, 14 frames, super fast down 4, has a lot of range, and this is some little Majin tech right here. If you jump up, empty jump, right here, it gains like somewhat more distance than normal. It gains more distance because out of the jump here, yeah, it just gains more distance. See, look, look, Armor King moves forward right here, and he just about hits Heihachi from that far away. But that's just a little tidbit about this character. That's something small. And the down 4 is a very good tool to open your opponent up. It's a good poke, and it keeps you further away. Like it's very good, and it's somewhat, I think it somewhat tracks to Armor King's weak side, which is his right side. Down 3 is a super good tool because it is actually a counter hit tool in this game. I don't know about Tekken 8, but if you do 2-1 and your opponent tries to sidestep into a button, they're immediately going to be faced with a +9 down 3 on hit. Now this is super sick because this right here, I forgot to mention, down 3 +1 on hit immediately encourages the use of Giant Swing to be an uninterruptible throw. Super good move. Kind of toxic, not gonna lie. And like I said, it is, if your opponent tries to sidestep anything into a button, they're gonna get hit with a +9. It tracks to his weak side pretty well. It tracks to both sides very well at +7, and 2-1 is going to be +8 in Tekken 8. So we'll see how well this move does, but this move is super good. Let's see sidewalk left. Yeah, oh wow, okay. So, yeah, no, this move is going to be super solid when you're using Armor King in Tekken 8. And it's only -12. That's really, really good. Only -12, you're only going to get punished by it while standing 4 at most. I don't know any characters that have, like, okay, maybe Leo is going to suck when this move is blocked, but +9, at least right now in Tekken 8 and Tekken 7, this is a super good button. Worst case scenario, you do 2-1, down 3 on a sidestep opponent, and the opponent decides that instead of wanting to do sidestep into a button, they want to sidestep into a low parry, and therefore that's when layer 2 comes in with Armor King. You can do this, right? You're gonna sidestep into a button. You can hold forward a little bit and down forward 1, or if they wanna, yep, just do that a little bit. And you'll see, do. Oh, hold on. Yep, you can do that as well. You can do immediate timing if you want to, but immediate timing doesn't always win. 2-1, and then you just hold forward a little bit, and you hit down forward 1 on a sidestep opponent. Then that gets them weary to do any kind of. Keep skipping my down input, as you see. There we go. That's why I have it up. And now we segue into one of Armor King's best moves, Giant Swing. Now this move is integral to Armor King's gameplay. This is the double arm swing, and double arm swing is just no different from King's Giant Swing. It is a 10 frame throw that nets you, it says 45 right there, but if the opponent doesn't tech roll, it's about 70 damage, 65 damage. Yep. And if it hits up against a wall over here, apparently 70 damage. You see that? And this is not including, look at that, 70 damage right here. Nasty, right? And it only gets worse with rage. I believe it's like 78 in rage. 77. Yeesh. Nasty. So yeah, this move is integral to Armor King's gameplay. You can do it out of a wave dash. Hold on, I didn't mean to style right there and get the while standing 1. You can do this out of a wave dash like King in Tekken 8. Because that helps Armor King's throw game. Armor King has an exceedingly good throw game in Tekken 7, and it's going to be probably most likely applied in Tekken 8. He has a 1+2 throw out of wave dash. He's got a couple of 1+2 throws out of wave dash. He also can do Tombstone Pile Driver. Now this one's harder to do for the uninitiated, but you can do wave dash into Tombstone. There we go. That's a lot more advanced. It took me a couple of tries. But that is Armor King's wave dash into ISW. That is for the more advanced players. You can also do... Let me just try it one more time, because I'm obsessed. There we go. And you can also do wave dash into like crouch throws like this. Or not even crouch throws, but you can still do like wave dash into anything with this character. It's really good. It's how Armor King was brought up. This is Armor King, right? So we still have a few more tools to go over. We have his back 4. Now this move is super good, coming in at 15 frames, and it leaves the opponent +4 on the ground. You can do down back 2 as a get up tool here. It's absolutely disgusting. It's one of Armor King's best tools. It's like King's forward. It's literally like King's forward 3 1+2, except it leaves them front facing. So the only Okizeme you get is the down back 2, and it's really good. Now, like I said, Armor King is a more combat focused character. If the opponent decides to stay down, because that's how they avoid the down back 2, you get the full stomp for free if they decide just, I want to stay down. So keep that in mind. His stomps are super good. He has another tool, which is his forward 1+4. Now this move is one of the best whiff punishment tools in the game because of its long reach, like so. It can reach very, very far away. Now, Heihachi is a prime example of a character with a lot of pushback. As you can see, punish. Nasty stuff. You can use back 3 essentially for the same thing, except it actually guarantees a shoulder on as a follow-up, but it's harder to hit because of the distance. See that? Really hard to hit because of the distance, but you get 45 damage. Now, I highly recommend that you do forward 1+4 over back 3, because forward 1+4 is 13 frames, and it can be up to 15, but most of the time, it reaches so far away that you're going to just want to use this. It has way better reach than forward 2-1. And on top of that, one of the best whiff punishment tools in the game. King might beat that in Tekken 8 now with his forward 1+2. But we'll see what they do with Armor King in Tekken 8. Whether or not if Armor King is just going to get a 1-button forward 1+2 now. Like he has a crouch dash 1. But that's not, that move is okay. Please, for the love of God, if you are playing Armor King and just starting out, you need to learn that this move is this crouch dash 1, it's very similar to Electric Wind Godfist, except it has a lot slower startup time, so it's a lot more telegraphed. It is a good move. It's +8 on block, super good, and it gets you started with Armor King, with closing in on your opponent. But most Armor Kings, including myself, will be doing this move. I want you to understand that it's duckable, it's high, and don't abuse it. It's good, but it's not that good. A decent move that is high, that will probably get you, will really get you started in Tekken 8 is forward forward 3. And if you press down after forward forward 3, you go straight into Shadow Step. Now, if we are believing that Armor King is going to be a stance character in Tekken 8, Shadow Step, getting into Shadow Step immediately is going to be super important, because then you can go into stuff like its crouch dash throws, which is another subject that I'm going to be bringing up to you. But Shadow Step has 3 different options, 4 technically. So you have Shadow Step 1 right here, you have Shadow Step 2, and you have Shadow Step 1 plus 2 for a high, low, and mid option. So, we already talked about this in my Shadow Step video, but I'm going to give you a quick rundown of how all this works. Basically, you are +4 on block when you do forward forward 3 down. Now, this isn't much, but if your opponent decides that they want to crouch your options and punish your Shadow Step 2, they'll get a 13 frame punish, but instead, you can do 1 plus 2 to trick them. Sometimes they will do a high crushing mid, like up forward 4, or they'll do, if they're Heihachi, they'll do up 3 plus 4, 4. So you also have this option in mind right here. If your opponent, if your opponent tries to sidestep, they can't really do anything on block. See that? This move is super solid in stopping a lot of people. Yep, and so is this move. Side walking right, can't do it. Side walking right, can't do it. But it'll escape options like this one. See? That'll escape the 1 plus 2 option. It's just the other 2 options you have to worry about, because it likes to pseudo track. And by pseudo track, it looks like it's straight up tracking him. But one more thing to run down is that no matter how much the opponent tries to step here, your 4th option is just to wave dash out of it by pressing and holding down forward. So you could do this into wave dash pressure into his crouch dash throws, which is now the perfect segue to talk about his crouch dash throws, because Armor King has some of the best crouch dash throws in the game. In fact, possibly the best crouch dash throws ever made. But every button can be broken, unlike King's, who, after a certain sequence, can't be broken. They might change that for Armor King in Tekken 8. He doesn't have the highest damaging crouch dash throws. What he does have is the fastest crouch dash throws. My apologies. And all of them can individually be broken by every single segment. It's because his is the fastest. That's what I was trying to say. He has the fastest crouch dash throws, because they all coincide in conjunction with these other throws. So if you can mix either of these up with Giant Swing and also Hades Drop. All of these can be mixed up with each other fairly easily. Now, this is just, like I said, these are some of the most important moves that you're going to want to learn with Armor King, whether fighting against him or, playing as the character. These crouch dash throws are super duper sick. You also have this nuclear option right here. If you know your opponent is going to guess your throw, you can just toss them over your head. And then you have the 1 plus 2 break. And you can mix either of these options with a one break option, or because you can break all of these at either the start or the middle or the end. And you have a 2 break option, which has a different camera. 1 break option, which goes into an auto camera to help you differentiate the two. And we got forward neutral 2. Forward neutral 2 is +7 in this game. It's probably going to be +5 in Tekken 8, but it is in this game a counter hit launcher. Whether or not that's going to change in Tekken 8 is up to the devs. But this move is a counter hit launcher. It's nasty and it's super good. And you can do this move quickly out of wave dash. Like, this move is super good. It's Armor King's momentum building low that helps track the opponent. And you can have a really, really good wave dash that follows up with it. This into +7 is just egregious. So if your opponent at all tries to press any button, you have all these good counter hit tools, in which I'm going to talk to you guys about these counter hit tools right now. Forward 3-4-3 and back 2-1-2. Back 2-1-2 is the one you're going to want to use in neutral. Whether or not that's going to change into an auto tornado in Tekken 8 is up to the devs. Or forward 3-4-3, which is going to be a sick wall. So let's say you forward neutral 2. I'm using down forward 1 as an example because it's still +7. Boom. Look at that. They tried to immediately crouch down into a crouching punish so they could punish your throw. You see, it is extremely hit confirmable. Very good stuff. Now, I didn't mention down 2. Now, this move is actually super good as well. This helps control the neutral a lot. Because this move helps track to Armor King's weak side very well, and it's +5 on hit, it's more than likely going to get a counter hit property, which gives us crouch throws, so keep in mind for that, if that is a possibility. Now this move right here, this is Armor King's most integral, important move in the game for him. This move is what makes Armor King, Armor King. This move right here, Dark Upper, is Armor King's main whiff punishment tool, because it simply works like a Wind God Fist, and it carries out so much of Armor King's damage. 83 damage. Nasty stuff. Yeah, no, Armor King does a lot of damage in this game. This move is most integral because it is Armor King's main whiff punishment tool. It literally works like a Wind God Fist. See that? Punish right there. I-14 works exactly like any electric Wind God Fist, except, you know, in Tekken 8 it may have an actual electric property and it may have a perfect electric input. So keep that in mind as well. Armor King is definitely going to change in the future, so some of these punishes are going to be different. Back 1-2, I don't think we have to say much about it, but he has a back 1-2 that is +6 on hit. He has a down back 2-4. This is his main go-to 14 frame punish. If you're not good at Dark Upper, down back 2-4 is going to be that main tool for you. It's also good for whiff punishment, but it's no forward 1+4 for distance coverage, but it is good at some distance coverage. That's actually super good distance, but not as good as forward 1+4. But I believe that's going to wrap up a lot of the things about Armor King and just how good the character is. This might just tie it up all in a nice bow, but some honorable mentions for Tekken 8 specifically. I want you guys to know that crouch throws are going to be completely guaranteed in Tekken 8, so these are super honorable mentions for Armor King. The opponent crouches, you get a floor breaking throw right here with down 1+3, and this is possibly going to be his heat engager for crouch throw. If not, it's going to be just another throw that's normal, and he's going to probably get a heat engaging throw that's brand new that comes out of down 1+4, which they might just universally make down 2+3 the go-to way, or they might make down 2+3 the input for it. and make down 1+4 the universal button for going into Shadow Step Raw. So, I hope this video helped you guys out in understanding Armor King and exactly what tools you're going to want to be getting started with the character. There's a lot to go over, and this is not even everything, you know what I mean? This is definitely not everything. We're definitely going to be covering more Armor King in the future, but these are going to be the main tools that you're going to want to be using with the character. Now, I didn't talk about Ford 2, but that move is also super good. But, like I said, I'll talk more about the character later. I'll probably be talking to you guys about Wave Dash as well. So, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I appreciate every single one of you for coming through and looking at this Armor King content. Armor King is my main, and I intend to do as much coverage of the character as possible. Thank you guys again, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and share it with all your pals that are interested in Armor King, because I'm out here doing my best for the character. You guys have a good one.